Yeah.
Take us through that match. What worked well for you? What was the key?
Oh, just wrestling my match, you know. That's been the key to my development in this journey in freestyle. Freestyle's fairly new to me, but man, I'm picking at it deeply. I made freaking Final X, you know, first true senior competitive, you know, first true commitment to this. And so the sky's the limit for me in my head, as it should be. And this is just a step in the right direction, you know what I mean? It's nowhere near the end, and it's really just the beginning. So I'm very excited to go to Final X. You know, when Final X hits, this won't mean as much. So
that was a war out there. Talk about the battle.
Yeah.
What kind of challenges a guy like Brock Hardy? He's very different for, like you said, your first senior level committed tournament. That's the guy that presents problems to everybody.
That's right. That's right. Brock Hardy's a very awkward wrestler. He's unorthodox, does things a little different in terms of where he lets you get, but that's sometimes to his advantage. So you have to be smart. You have to always wrestle with a high IQ, and part of this experience is learning, developing that IQ. And with a guy like Brock Hardy, you have no choice because he forces you to wrestle with IQ. So very grateful to have him as a competitor, and I respect him through the roof. And we've competed several times throughout my wrestling career, and so he's helped me develop into a better wrestler, and I'm sure he might say the same about me. So we have a lot of respect for each other. He's good people, and so I love wrestling against a competitor like that. Makes me better, makes him better, makes the world of USA wrestling better.
Yeah, the energy in the shoes out there. I think part of that was the bracket. I mean, you know how tough it was to get through that.
Yeah.
But the entire tournament, because 57 and 61 are already locked up in Final X matchups, it seemed like this was the number one bracket that people were keying in on, and the crowd really showed it. Do you feel that energy?
Yeah, I do feel the energy. I feel the energy mainly because in my head I know what it takes, you know, and because I've done this so long, it's not easy. You know, everyone knows that, but really being in it, it's really not easy. It's like life or death out there. So you feel the energy as a person on the personal side as a competitor, and then to see that resonate with the fans is phenomenal because then you feed off of each other, you know, and that's what the goal is, right? This is entertainment. We're here to put on a show, and I want all the young wrestlers, young kids out here, even if they don't wrestle, young ambitious children, to look out and see me as a role model and see me put on a fight, to the furthest of extent, to everything I got, so then they can hopefully do that in whatever they decide to do in their lives. You know.
You can tell you left it all out on the mat. You ran the gauntlet here in Louisville, and now Final X against Joey McKenna. Any thoughts? I know you got to process everything now and then go back to your coaches, but immediate thoughts on having Joey McKenna in New York?
Yeah. Just like all the rest of the guys on the roster in 65 kilos, he's always been in my sight. So he's another competitor in my way to attaining my goals. And so I've always looked at him, I've always scouted him, and it's time to really go more into depth with that and then accomplish the goal.
What's that transition been like to the team wrestling?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been phenomenal. I mean, they've got all the best coaches. They've got really phenomenal partners. You know, I can't say more about the environment and like the culture that it brings, that it breeds. Everyone's excited about wrestling. Everyone wants to get better. And it's crazy to say that coming from a room like Iowa wrestling, like the Hawkeyes, because that is the highest of the level you could possibly think of, you know, historically. And that is very much resonated in the Michigan room and the coaching staff and my partners. And so it's another just phenomenal environment for me. And I'm very, very excited to be with them and be a family, be on the Cliff Keen family.
Anything else before we let you go? We got a lot of fans out there waiting for you.
Yeah, I want to go talk to them.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Good job, Dave.